What's going on, guys? It's your boy cjballa. We here with another build for you guys on Dauntless. Basically, we need to understand that it's important to break parts. It's very important to break parts. I know there's like so many like other cool freaking builds out there that a lot of people are showing, like this is the meta build, this is the build, this is the such and such build. Well, let me let you know that you got to get those builds. You got to get those. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So we're going to be going down the whole thing about part breaking. Basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a series of part break builds for you guys to use. That's what we're gonna do. Now, basically what we're going with right now for today is we're going with the Carrotback. Carrotback is a very get the hell out of here, very dope build. It's a neutral build. It's basically all about, you know, not having an element. That's kind of what the whole thing is. Anyway, so I don't know, pudding just like kind of messed it all up for me. I was kind of in the sensual mood. I even did the raise. I did the mic raise, and then I brought it down. And anyway, so we're here for the Reza sword. This is a very nice sword. It's a very cool sword. I always like it because it looks like, you know, it reminds me of Beetleborgs. Anybody catch that reference, Beetleborgs? Anyway, so it is a Blade Storm build. We're focusing on Blade Storm pretty much because it has damn near all the Blade Storm on it right then and there. Just right here gives it 5. So basically what it is it doesn't really have an effect, but it comes with 2 Blade Storm already on it. Neutral behemoths tend to have more base damage, but it comes with Blade Storm already. So with that Blade Storm, we're going to be using another Blade Storm cell on that one. We're also going to be using 3 agility. I like the agility because the agility, you know, it just reduces the cost of the dodge roll. So hey, you get to dodge roll a little bit more. I like to dodge roll a good amount, especially whenever I'm dodging in and out of combat. So that's kind of my thing. I dodge in and out of combat. I like to move around during combat. I don't like to stay in particularly still. I don't like to stay still for too long. So to complement that, we have the Drask Lantern. The thing about the Drask Lantern, it gives you 40%. I'm saying 40 millisecond percent increased damage for 6 seconds. All right, so pretty much every time it's up, you're just gonna use this. It's up, I'm gonna press the button. You're probably gonna be away from it because you're probably gonna be away from the behemoth. You're still gonna press the button. Why? Because you're used to doing it anyway. So holding it down gives you a shock. It basically does 200%. It was a 200 shock damage for, you know, everything that it passes through. That damage, it may not seem like much, but like over time that does stack up. It tends to be a lot of damage with it. So this is one of my favorite lanterns. You can actually put any cell with this that you would like to go with it, you know, hand in hand. But I mean, just depends on how you feel. You want to put something else on there, or you like to have, let's say you like to have a little bit more lantern charge, you can change this one out. It's your lantern, do whatever the heck you want. Anyway, but I have energize on it because I really like to charge my weapon, and I like to abuse the dash with the new passive from the sword. So I like to charge it up, and also doing AoE damage in that pretty much Super Saiyan mode, dude. AoE damage is really good with part damage, so it's super solid and range, so you can attack from a safer distance. It's just really good to get that to have that energized with it. So alongside that, we're also gonna have the Carrotback. With this build, it's very easy to get a hold of, because mostly what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna get the Carrotback, you're gonna get the Carrotback chest, you have the Carrotback, you're gonna get the Carrotback weapon. Well, as when I mean Carabec, I mean, you know, the Razorwing, but you know, you should already be familiar with the Carabec. Whenever you're in tier 3 going to tier 4, you pretty much just get the Carabec armor and use that as part breaking as well. That's a little tip for you guys, because Carabec armor is really solid. It's pretty solid. There's nothing wrong with it. So it comes with Blade Storm. It comes with 2 Blade Storm. It gives you a little bit of deconstruction. Deconstruction pretty much means it destroys anything that behemoths make that are pretty much like obstacles, whether it's from Shockjaw when he places his spikes in the ground, and they're like little totems. You got to break those, and it shoots electricity, stuff like that. That will help you with that. It's only +1. It's not the main focus of this build. So you have Evasive Flurry. Also, the Evasive Flurry, you're using a sword, so you're gonna be getting in and out of combat and while you're in combat with this behemoth, whatever it may be, you're going to have to dodge through that. Evasive Flurry is very, very good on swords, especially when you're trying to get as much damage in as possible and attack multiple times and get that value out of the multiple times. So along with that, we have another Evasive Flurry cell on the Reza helmet. Now, if you do not have the Reza helmet yet, and you still need to use that Evasive Flurry, well, you can't really use the Carabec helmet, the Razorwing helmet, because it literally almost gives you no benefit except for endurance, but that's okay. It gives you it doesn't really help you too much. So basically you would have to find, you know, something that would benefit you as much as possible. So try to get help with Koshai or whatnot. Koshai is really, really solid in my opinion. Like Koshai is a really, really good creature to fight anyway for its for the Predator. So you can sub it with the Koshai helmet, because Predator helps very much. It's a really good attribute to have. But try to go for Reza as much as possible. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering my words. Try to go for Reza as much as possible. All right. So pretty much, if you want, you can max out the whole Razorwing and then go straight to Reza, or you can get some of your buddies. You can get some of your buddies, or get a couple people, or ask me, twitch.tv/cjballa. I'm pretty much live every day, and you can catch me on Dauntless. Anyway, shameless promotion aside, you can actually get some really dope help to run through it. There's a lot of people who actually run this one, so go for the head. And while you're actually attacking the head and going for the head, go for the arms. Go for the arms, because the arms will give you the Reza grips. Reza grip is like really, really solid, because it pretty much gives you 2 cunning on its own. Cunning is something that both the arms and the head gives you. So the head on its own gives you +1, the arms on its own gives you +2, which is +3 cunning. And cunning is basically the crit factor in Dauntless. Cunning is this really nice, it's up to a 10% chance, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you're talking about using a sword that gives you attack speed. With this attack speed, that's gonna land a lot. Out of your 10 hits, one of them's got a crit. All right, one of them's pretty much got a crit. That's math. That's just math. All right, if you're on an unlucky day, then none of them do. But you're gonna be striking this behemoth so many times because you're using a sword and all the sword's abilities. So if you're like that adds up. Like 20 hits, and odds are 2 of them. 30 hits, odds are 3. And we're not even talking about the times that it would actually hit back to back. Like those feel really good. So on there, we also have another cunning to finish that. So 3 from both of those, and we have 3 on top of that on the grips. That gives us our 6. This build really rounds out extremely well. So we got the Carabec legs, or J's, if that's what I like to call them. Anyway, they give you 1 Blade Storm. So Blade Storm is just it's the full thing of the build. Basically, it's a % increase to part damage, and you're going to abuse this we're gonna abuse this. The percent increase to part damage comes from, well, the percent increased part damage comes from the +3 sharpen. My bad. Sharpen is one of the attributes that we have on our sword. This is a percent increase to part damage, so the part damage that we have from our blade storm, it will be increasing that. So +3, that's to help round out to get your extra sharpen on there. That's like the extra that's the icing on the cake, as you want to say. It also gives you another deconstruction. Don't worry about the deconstruction. It's not all that it's not all the biggest part of the build or that important, but it does help a lot if you're actually going for things that actually like to lay things down and you have to break them as soon as possible or it becomes a problem. Now it also gives you, so the legs also give you 1 blade storm. That right there is awesome. The whole build rounds out. We can go straight to the infusion. Let's look at the stats. All right, so this is what you want to look at. You want to look at stats. You want to see how does it round out, how much does it give you. All right, so let me show you the magic that we have for you. So we have +6, we have +6 cunning, which is 10% chance to deal double damage. That's one of the main things. So we're gonna try to deal double damage with our 10% chance. So we have 5 energized, which means we're gonna stack our passive 30% on hit. So 30% plus 30% on hit, which is phenomenal. Now we have evasive flurry, which is gonna help us attack multiple times to both stack our passive, because it helps stack our passive, and to help get that 10% when we get we have faster attack speed. We increase our attack speed by 25%. All right, for 60 seconds for when we dodge through an attack. That is phenomenal. That's what we want. So we're gonna try to stick in close, dodge through the attack, dish out some damage. And we also have blade storm on top of that. Blade storm, it says +8, but you really just stops at +6. Nothing else gets added on after that. You just need +6 for the bonuses. So for this, you have 40 part damage on hit. So 40 part damage on hit. If you dodge through an attack, see how it kind of synergizes with here. Dodge through an attack, dodge through an attack. It gives you plus 40% damage after dodging through an attack. So it's plus 400% part damage. 400%. Not 400%. Why do I keep mixing up the percentage? Plus 400 part damage through dodging through an attack. All right, so we have deconstruction, which deals 130% damage to objectives. So that is created by behemoths. That's pretty much it. So this is where the sharpen comes in. The sharpen +5 sharpen, that's plus 25% part damage, plus 25% part damage added on. That is amazing thing right there. Now after dodging through an attack, the next weapon attacks part breaks damage. Okay, so the next weapon attacks part break damage is increased by 50%. 50%. That is solid. That is extremely solid and extremely amazing. It helps a ton. So this is when our agility comes to play. This right here, it's damn near the MVP right here. So agility plus, it gives you minus 40% dodge roll stamina cost. Hot diggity damn. That right there is gonna let you roll more. It's gonna give you some good stuff right there. So that's gonna help you roll through that. So if you're going all in on this, if you're going really all in for damage and you're really trying to just break these parts, what I would suggest, if you want to go all in, balls against the wall, basically you want to carry a damage totem, which is the inspiring pylon. You want to carry the inspiring pylon that gives you 25% damage to all slayers that are inside of there for 40 seconds, so it lasts for 40 seconds. Frenzy tonic, which give you 15% increased damage for 60 seconds. It grants 30% if the behemoth is enraged. So there you go, that's a little bonus inside that, the extra 30%. But if it's not enraged, 50% is still solid. So the reason why I say bulwark tonics are the thing that you really want to have when you're going balls against the wall is because this reduces the damage by 45% for 3 attacks. So for 3 times you're hit, it reduces it. It keeps you alive because you're not playing defensive and you don't have any bonus health in this build, so you really want to stay alive as much as possible, and you want to conserve your pots because you never know when you really need them or you need to push for the end. So that they definitely help. Now, any other items I would recommend, so depending on what you're doing, you can take the increased wound damage. It's okay. You can play more of a sustainish build. This gives you 12. It's your life drain. It gives you 12% of your damage dealt heals nearby allies. You are one of those, so it also heals you as well. If you want to play defensive, you can have your totem. You can have your defense totem that'll be there for you, so your defense pylon. So you can stack both of them together. You can just like play one and then paste the other one. And although that does take quite a bit of time, getting defense and attack, that's always a positive. Healing grenades for sustain. So if you wanted to go with sustain or health, you would go more of the bulwark tonic than the pylon. The reason why I say pylon over the drain tonics, because you don't often have them have a ton of them, or if you do have a ton of them, you can switch these out. But I like the pylon a little bit better, because if you get knocked over or you get knocked down while you're getting back up and you're invulnerable, it will heal you if you're inside of that area. So that'll help a ton. And then these are just solid sustain items. You can take fire grenades or the inferno grenades, because they deal part damage, because fire does part damage, and it's really nice. It's really good. So all of them are interchangeable, but I would often recommend if you want to go frenzy, or you can go the attack speed one. That's the attack speed pot is always great, because you can apply your crits a lot better, or not better, but a lot more. So what I normally would take is I would take a bulwark, I would take a damage, and sometimes I would take a defensive, or sometimes I would take a defensive, or sometimes I actually like to throw the grenades, but depending if I can interrupt them, I would throw the concussive grenades. But mostly I don't really have too much of them, so I'll have this right here, and then I'll go ahead and take a defense pylon or a damage pylon, whichever one. I never really use the airstrike because I never really get them. So thanks so much for jamming out with me. This is a dope build. Let me know what you think. Let me know what weapon you would like for me to build on. I would definitely love to do some builds for you guys. Hit me up with your ideas, your thoughts, and if you have any other suggestions or any tips, please let me know. I'll be jamming out on twitch.tv/cjballa if y'all want to hang out with me. Also, my Discord is there. My Discord is on my Twitch, by the way. If you want to look for people to hunt, or some people to hunt with, or get some help yourself, or if you just want to help people, definitely go and check it out, or say hi. Just say hi. So I'll check you guys later. Please be safe and careful, you guys. Have an awesome day. I'll check y'all later.